like to speak about intelligent innovations, and it is my great honor to invite Dr. Hong, President and CEO of Samsung, to join me. Dr. Hong,
Yes.
can you tell us what technologies will define Samsung in the future?
Well, among the number of new and disruptive technologies, in our view, AI, 5G, and IoT will make a significant influence in almost every industry. So they are the top priority to focus on in Samsung. By the way, I brought some slides to share some of our thoughts. So if that is up, then we will continue. Can you?
Maybe you have to press that.
Oh, do I have to do that? All right. So once again, we mentioned the three things, right? AI, 5G, and IoT. And the first slide is concerning AI. Well, AI now is being embedded into a variety of the different devices. And it is now evolving to support virtual agent, where AI communicate like human beings or involved in the conversation like human beings. So we call it human to AI. But we also believe that it will continue to evolve so that the AI will communicate among themselves to handle the more complicated tasks. So we call it AI to AI, okay? And then next slide is concerning 5G. You know, minister and also leader of Saudi Telecom talked about it briefly. And actually, 4G really made a change in how we utilize the data, how we consume the data. However, shift from 4G to 5G, as they talked about it briefly, will revolutionize how we utilize AI and IoT. And as they mentioned also partially, it's mainly because 5G has very unique strengths, such as super high speed, ultra low latency, and also I'd like to add another one, which is very, very important in industry applications, which is massive connectivity. All right, so next slide is concerning the IoT. Well, IoT has been in the market for a while. However, now it's pretty much evolved to be able to introduce large volume of real-time data. Now, I like to emphasize real-time. Real-time data is so important in many industrial applications. For example, real-time data from IoT sensors in the manufacturing process are so crucial for predictive maintenance as well as AI-based defect investigations. Anyway, so each of these technologies are disruptive by itself. But in our opinion, the confluence of all these three will make an even deeper influence on all the industries. And so we want to really make this priority to moving forward.
I mean, as this is so relevant for all industries, which industries are you focusing on for enterprise partnerships?
Okay, probably, all right, okay. These slides might help us to talk about it. Now, from business standpoint, Samsung is involved in wide range of industries. It includes construction, consumer electronics, IT service, which is directly related to my company, and healthcare, and more recently, cybersecurity very much, right? And Samsung now focusing on 4 main domain, and as shown on this chart. And they are directly and indirectly related to smart cities. That's why we are so excited to participate in the national projects of this kingdom. And we will continue to make them a priority moving forward, right, from that the business perspective.
And what innovations are most exciting for Samsung in the consumer space?
Consumer space, right. I think we should look at the AI also seriously in the consumer space also. It's mainly because AI will drastically change how we interact with the world around us. And the you and I, we know that some of the consumers are already using AI-enabled product and services at home and in offices. And we're confident that AI will continue to evolve and to be able to create new level of customer experience once again in the consumer space.
I mean, I have to really agree with you, especially in artificial intelligence, since we build artificial intelligence engines for telcos, for banks, for transportation companies. We see a great deal of interest in the consumer space as well, with the increasing use of data and then AI. But when people are starting, companies are starting, even tech companies, there are challenges that they face. What are the greatest challenges, in your opinion, given your experience, that tech companies today face when they're trying to adopt these technologies?
Dr. Khanna, that's very, very important and good question. There are many, many challenges in front of us now, and we can spend maybe hours to talk about it. But today, I would like to touch upon a couple of the challenges. The first one is the all right, this slide can help me too. Now, the first one is AI bias. So as we talked about, the AI is heavily depending on the data set that powers it. So companies should be very careful in choosing data set and when they develop the AI capabilities in-house. And another the challenge that I like to mention is energy consumption, more precisely, electric power consumption. Now, as we talked about, when the number of the connected devices increase, the amount of data that we have to handle are really increasing exponentially. Since most of those data are stored and handled in the cloud of data centers, so power consumption at the data centers now has become already concerned. Let me explain with one specific example. In 2017, I think the slide will also show that data too. In 2017, the total the electrical power consumption at data centers around the world was approximately 400 terawatt. That is bigger than total amount of power consumption in this kingdom during the same year. And according to research report, that is going to be doubled every 3 to 4 years. So this is a very, very significant issue. So in my opinion, the green energy policy, like what is being done in this kingdom, is really meaningful and also important to address this issue. By the way, at the booth in the marketplace, as a strategic partner of FII, we put the the booth to show some of the real cases of the interconnected technologies to the audience. So I'm sure that they will find them interesting.
Dr. Hong, thank you for pointing out these issues of bias and energy consumption. I think they're very important to realize that every time we invest in technologies, we also have to govern their downsides.
Right.
And it's great to see a company like Samsung addressing both things at the same time.
I think we should do that.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. Please join me in thanking Dr. Hong.
Thank you for having me.